All right, so I'm going to start the recording. In our gallery view, I have my Zoom participants, which is friends and family. I'm going to go ahead and screen share. Okay, so this is my informational speech on driving under the influence, known as DUI. We're going to be covering the laws, regulations, and effects of DUI. So there are more than 27 million licensed drivers in the state of California, according to the Federal Highway Administration. Unfortunately, as of the most recent 2022 data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, known as NHTSA, there are more than 13,500 people killed nationwide involving drivers under the influence of alcohol. This equates to about one death every 39 minutes. There's a quote from Tox Omashakin, the California Secretary of Transportation. He says, a projected 42,915 people died in all traffic crashes in the nation last year, including 4,258 deaths in California. This unacceptable number represents 4,258 lives cut short and an exponentially greater number of family members, friends, and colleagues who will never get to see that person they care about again. So there's an astounding number of drivers on California roads at any given time, and odds are any one of us listening to this presentation right now are included. So traffic safety affects everyone and is everyone's responsibility to maintain the highest regard to safe driving habits. So I've worked for several years as an EMT in the emergency system of San Diego, and as such, I've seen some of the best and worst that emergency medicine has to offer. I witnessed firsthand the impacts of driving under the influence from everyone involved, to include those who willingly perpetrate DUI, as well as their victims. So using the most current data from official sources, I'm going to be informing you of the laws and regulations pertaining to DUI, as well as the dangers and consequences of impaired driving. So injuries and fatalities and collisions involving an intoxicated driver are pretty common, but they are preventable. Fortunately, there are a plethora of laws that cover what constitutes a DUI, as well as the penalties for DUI. So what are the laws relating to DUI and who has to follow them? Well, everyone. California Vehicle Code 21352 can be found on the California legislative.gov page, and it outlines the laws relating to driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And it states the following: it is unlawful for any person under the influence of any alcoholic beverage to drive a vehicle. It is also unlawful for any person who has 0.08% or more alcohol by weight in their blood to drive a vehicle. This is based on grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood or 210 liters of breath. It is also unlawful for any person under the influence of any drug to operate a motor vehicle or any combination of a drug or alcohol. According to the California Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, for anyone 21 years of age and under, there is a zero tolerance policy while driving. This means that even 0.01% of alcohol by weight of blood or breath is illegal for those 21 and under. So there are a variety of penalties for DUI in the state of California, and they can vary quite a bit depending on prior offenses, the blood alcohol content on scene, known as BAC, the nature of the incident, which can include whether the offense was a misdemeanor or a felony, or if injury or death occurred as a result of the DUI. The punishments can also vary quite a bit, and those can include immediate license revocation or suspension, imprisonment in the county jail or state prison from anywhere from 96 hours up to 1 year. There are fines ranging from $390 to $1,000. This is excluding the damages caused to the victims. There can be mandatory alcohol rehabilitation programs or the installation of an ignition interlock device, which measures the BAC prior to starting the vehicle. So while there are plenty of laws and regulations pertaining to DUI, these incidents still occur each and every day, unfortunately. There are real-world effects. These can include injury, death, and unforeseen economic impacts. So according to a crash stats report from the NHTSA, there were 1,479 deaths involving DUI in California in 2022. This was the second highest in the nation that year. This number also accounted for 33% of the nation's traffic fatalities in 2022. So DUI doesn't just affect those in vehicles. According to NHTSA crash stats, there were 1,635 non-occupant deaths nationally in 2022 as a result of impaired drivers. This could include cyclists, pedestrians, anyone not in a vehicle. This number also accounted for 12% of all traffic-related deaths that year. Again, according to the NHTSA crash stats, the most recent estimates of national economic impacts of DUI related incidents was $58 billion. This could range from any costs incurred relating to emergency medical services, medical care from its victims, property damage, insurance, legal or court fees. So hopefully it is clear that impaired driving has many dangerous and unforeseen consequences. By understanding DUI related laws and the impacts that DUIs can have, you're more knowledgeable on the subject, and maybe you can even educate others on the matter. Again, with over 27 million drivers on California roads, it is everyone's responsibility to create a safe environment for others. So by understanding the topics we've covered today, we can make road safety a group effort that affects everyone positively. Thank you.